Hey fellas, Red Black Cane from Spider-Man 2099. Oh, that was a surprise. Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. I'm making fun of my bud Red Black Cane, who went and put my typical opening in the comments section. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? What's up, Sean? What's up, Paula? How's everybody doing? I see other people are watching too. I just don't know who you are because you have not yet commented. Anyway, sorry, my Millennium Falcon is like halfway in the way, and I like it, so I'm going to keep it there. I got my little B wing over here. Hey, what's going on, Raven? Got my little B wing over here. You guys familiar with the B wing, right? I love this one. It's just so like goes like this, or it can go like this, and just anyway. Got a whole bunch of my ships here. I got my. This is like the New Order X-wing. It looks almost like the Z95 Headhunter. I've got the only bad guy ship here, the Slave One from Boba Fett. I've got a miniature, like almost to scale. Whoa, calm down now, calm down. Little the ATST Walker. Yeah, not even a Walker, it's more like a hopper. Oh, and I got one more up here. Oh, hold on, get back in your place. Stop falling. My favorite ship, I know it's going to sound weird, but I love the Y-Wing. It's a Y-Wing because it's shaped like a Y. But I love the Y-Wing. One of these days I'm going to do the Star Wars ships explained in a minute. 10 things about whatever. I love those ships. The ships are so imaginative. They're amazing. You know what I'm saying? So one of these days I'll actually get into that. Hey, Suan, what's going on? This is like the only time per week I actually hear from Suan anymore. What else we got here? Power to the people, what's up? And Sean LaPointe, hello. Your channel has helped me so much, man. Thanks for the awesome content. No worries, brother. Thanks for the views. I think Boba Fett's first 5 lines in start. Yeah, he's only got like 5. Dick Fillmore, what's going on, man? Chris Owen, thank you very much. Yeah, I love the Star Wars ships. They're just so impressive. I like the a lot of the Star Trek ships also, but man, these ones are just so imaginative, you know? Anyway, oh, you want to talk about Uncanny X-Men? Yeah, we can do that, Sean, in a couple minutes. First, I want to kind of get out of the way. Did you guys see they're going to do a new costume for the Flash? Grant Gustin in the TV show? Yeah, look at it. I said, look at it. And it's perfect. Like, that's the perfect. I just hit myself in the head with 2 of my fingers. Like, what's up with that? Anyway, that's like the perfect comic book look for, like, wow, that is awesome. It kind of makes me wonder if I should start watching. Griffo33, awesome content. Who's your favorite Marvel Speedster? Oh, Marvel Speedster. Well, right now it's becoming hello, English language. It is Quicksilver. I'm actually really liking Quicksilver. Before that, I kind of liked the Runner because he had some cool stuff in there. But I don't know. I guess you'd have to call him a speedster, but Silver Surfer, he's probably right up there. I know Dick Fillmore's like, that's the right answer. That's why I watch this channel. But yeah. For all intents and purposes, though, my favorite speedster, period, it's going to sound weird, Impulse. I love Impulse. Just, absolutely awesome. Sorry, Bill. I shall randomly message you more in the future, I promise. Also, yes, let's talk the Uncanny X-Men. Tim Board, hey, what's going on, guys? Can never get enough Hawk. Guys, in case you don't know, Tim Board is the moderator. He basically is Hawk World, all things Hawk World. I want to give you an idea of how powerful Hawk World is. There was another group, all right, the fans of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and it got absorbed, no joke, fully absorbed into Hawk World because it wasn't a world in and of itself. And this world, like the gravity of Hawk World, just kind of sucked in this little moon that is the fans of Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and just like, you didn't hear, your soul is mine, and so are all your members, and just boom, Hawk World's even bigger now. It's even bigger. So, yeah, by all means, if you don't know enough about Hawkman, you can go and check out Hawk World. It's on Twitter and it's on Facebook. Actually, I wonder, Tim, do you do anything on Instagram? Because if not, you should. Griffo33, Macarai and the Runner. You like Macarai. I never really knew how to pronounce his name. Shoot, I should have asked. Should I have? I wonder if he would have known. I can't remember his name right now. Just interviewed him. Jim Starlin. Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, Jim Starlin. Just asked about Jim Starlin. Anyway, Mr. Pick, what's MC Pick? So, yeah, sorry, eyes aren't what they used to be. What's up, dude? How you doing? Dick approves. Impulse is my favorite speech. Nice. I didn't know that about you, Sean. Oh, there you go. Over 1,400 picks and counting on Instagram. F&A, man. F&A. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little heads up. I am actually going to be talking about Kabow! The X-Men. Because there's not a whole lot of news up. Only a little bit. And I'm going to give you a quick little, I don't know, tidbit. White Dog 1475. What's going on? Thoughts on Ed Brisson, Matthew Rosenberg, Kelly Thompson writing Uncanny. Well, it was a last minute. Oh, White Dog, you asked me about Blue Devil. Yes, I will be doing a Blue Devil. It won't be soon, but yeah, I will be doing a Blue Devil. 10 things about Blue Devil. I just finished up a bunch of things on Tempest recently. That's the former Aqua lad. Totally awesome character that doesn't get nearly enough respect. And I think I'm going to put him up this week. I'm going to read Aquaman's Tempest and make that a spotlight on story, I'm hoping. But yeah, a whole bunch of good stuff. So got all that. Anyway, I did actually, I don't like to do this, and obviously I did a bad job at doing it. I contacted Ed Brisson, and I said, hey man, do you think you'd be down for doing a podcast with me, a Q&A today? And he said, and I actually did send that last night. And he contacted me like this afternoon. He's like, I am booked, dude. I'm so sorry. More than that, there's not a whole lot I can really tell you about the upcoming Uncanny stuff. It's like, all right, no big deal. No worries. Not a big problem. So, maybe as we get a little bit closer to the other stuff, we'll see. But in the meantime, even though he can't talk about anything that has to do with Disassembled, I was kind of hoping he could talk just a little bit, about Extermination. Because I believe that's coming out this Wednesday. So the only problem that I really have with Disassembled is that it was already announced. It's like we didn't even get issue 1 of the predecessor to that event. And now we've already got news that, oh, hey, guess what? Guess what's going to happen in the next one? Dude, what's up with that? Like, I'm not interested in having all these information just thrown at me, all this information. I heard you're a vet, me too, and still active. Nuke versus Cable. Nuke versus Cable would be a heck of a freaking battle, but Cable in X-Sanction did take out Captain America. I don't think it's the most believable thing in the world. I think that Cap would take out Cable, but Cable was prepared for Cap, and Cap wasn't prepared. And he was also trying to rescue his friend and his bird. That's Falcon and Red Wing. But, yeah, that'd be interesting. But Captain America consistently takes out Nuke. You know what I'm saying? In fact, he just took out like 7 of them with Bucky recently. So it's hard to say. But then again, it's hard to... When you're putting hero versus hero, that's not the same as putting hero versus bad guy. Hero versus bad guy, you're always going to say, for the most part, yeah, the hero's going to win because they're the hero. But that's a good one. Yes, I am a veteran. I served 6 years in the U.S. Army. Be careful over there, dude. So, Sean, some of Dan Slott's Avengers characters from his run will be in Fantastic Four. Damn well better. Suan, I'm hoping that the X-Men are back, though. However, I agree. Leaves some mystery and intrigue. Exactly. It leaves us on the edge of our seat. Exactly. One of the things that made me so happy about, not AVX, what the hell was it? Death of the X-Men? Something, what was that one called? The Death of the X-Men, or something to that effect. And then it followed up with Inhumans versus X-Men. Inhumans versus X-Men, to the best of my understanding, wasn't announced until like the day that they finished up the or maybe the issue before they finished up Death of X. That's what it was called. So Death of X led into Inhumans versus X-Men, and that was just whoa! Like, it was great because they set it up perfectly and then announced, guess what's coming up next? And I was just like, whoo, jump out my seat and everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see more of. Comic Boom, what's going on, dude? You're supposed to jump on and say boom. You didn't. Okay, leave and come back the right way, dude. Anyway, Comic Boom says Fantastic Four I thought was surprisingly disappointing. Really? Yeah. Okay. I could see. Yeah, I expected more. No, I fully agree with you. He apparently is going to get married. Sean, who also corrects me, yes, Death of X. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Does anyone think Ben Grimm will be married or get trolled again? Actually, I thought you told me, Sean, that he's actually going to get married in issue 5. So in issue 5, we're actually going to see a wedding. And I think that Marvel is smart enough to not do any more switcheroos because they were teetering precariously close with the whole Colossus versus. Well, that's true marriage. Colossus getting married to Kitty Pryde thing. That was a stretch. That was dangerous. Psych. It's actually going to be Rogue and Gambit. Spoilers for a comic that came out a month or two ago, but that was something else. But then obviously we had Batman number 50, which was just, hey, it's the wedding issue. There was no wedding. Psych. I think Tom King better get a bodyguard. Joking, but he wound up having to get a bodyguard. Wow, man. That was bad. That was so bad. And I think the backlash on that was enough that a seasoned vet like Dan Slott would be like, if I'm promising a wedding, there's going to be a mother effing wedding. So I'm pretty sure that Ben is getting married to Alicia. That's awesome. So, hey, man, I got, readily available down here. Got my Ben Grimm figure. I've actually got the trench coat, the glasses, and the hat and everything. I love my Ben Grimm. But, I'm hoping that, first off, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to find the Mr. Fantastic figure. Then I'll have all 4 members of the Fantastic Four, plus effing Herbie. But more than that, I'm really hoping that I wind up getting an Alicia doll. Because if they were to do Alicia and the Puppet Master together, I would buy the heck out of that. You know what I'm saying? And then, why not? Get a little wedding thing going. So I could also, I suppose, take a Barbie doll and just act like it's a Shrinky. Anybody remember Shrinky Dinks? And then just stick it in the oven and then just, ooh, here we go, your little Barbie doll, and just no. I tried. So Dick says X-Men comics died in the 20th century. Oh my God, there we go. He's back and he's with the boom. There we go. Plastic Man's a brony. I figured that he would. I'd figure he's a brony and a furry and all that good stuff. And I'll tell you what, on Monday, I've got my unexpected? No, what's it called? Unnatural. My Unnatural 2 review coming out. And oh yeah, man, that's a sexy comic book. And I'm waiting to see if I get a letter in the mail, a little card that says, furry membership. Because wow, that's a hot pig. I'm just saying. Regardless, also an amazing story. It's a hint on what I'm doing on Monday. Comic Boom saying the exact same thing I said about Batman number 50. It'll be another Star Trek type wedding. Another Star Trek type wedding. I'm trying to remember. Was that a wedding between what's her name, Marina Sirtis and that's Counselor Troy and Riker? Was that them that got married? Sean, Nick Spencer will have more CD and F-list Spider-Man villains in his Spider-Man run. Oh, good. We kind of need that. The last issue was a little bit weird. I liked it, but I wasn't as excited for it as the previous 2 issues. So I hope that he's going to pick up his game. Also, I'm bringing my Secret Empire comics with me to Fan Expo Canada. I'm only going on Thursday. If any of you guys are going to go to Fan Expo Canada, I will only be there Thursday. I'm actually going with Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles because they want me, Carlos there wants me to interview Mike Mayhew, very famous Marvel comic cover artist. So I'll be going there to interview him because he's doing an exclusive cover for Fantastic Four #1 through Gotham Central. So I'll be going there to interview him and get some good stuff going. So I'm hoping that I can actually see Nick Spencer if he's there. That would be awesome if I can get him to, because I never have the chance to see guys like that. White dog, watch out where you put Invisible Woman. Yeah, I know. I keep her right here all the time. That would be funny, right? Let's see. Comic Boom is so jealous of your Thing figure. Comic Boom's jealous of my Thing. He has no FF stuff. Well, you know what? Check it out, dude. Oh, wait, you're in Alberta, man. You probably have it worse than me. That's a problem. I got that Thing figure years ago on eBay, but there is a new Thing figure that's out right now. All of them, all the Fantastic Four members are Walgreens exclusives, and you and I know that in Canada there's no Walgreens. So what I have to do is wait until I forget which video game store, but there's video game stores that will carry those figures. Otherwise, I have to go and buy them online. You know what I'm saying? But there's a new Thing figure out. It does not have the um, what the heck is it called? Wow, I feel like I just climbed up a mountain. My ears just kind of froze up on me. Oof. Anybody here ever been in a plane and like every time when you're taking off and landing, you just get that pressure? Ooh, that was really weird. Anyway, the Thing figure, all those figures, but this particular one, yeah, has the trench coat that comes with it, and actually I have all that stuff in here. In this bag. It's all the way in the bottom. I got the trench coat, I got the glasses, I got the hat right there, all of that stuff. So it's awesome. It's perfect. But the new Thing figure looks really, really good too. It doesn't have all that other stuff with it, but worth it. I remember Rapunzel hair Barbie. She was awesome. Didn't have that one. I used to take. I was a bad big brother. I have a little sister, and I used to not used to, but like there was one day that I went and my sister's just bugging me. Hey, how come you won't play, toys with me? And I didn't want to because her Barbie dolls were huge, and all of my He-Man figures were, they were buff, but they were small. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if it's not gonna fit, like it's just not right. It just doesn't work, man. Like they're not proportioned correctly. Like I'm not gonna have big, strong He-Man looking up to a skinny little freaky Barbie doll. Like, well, I'm not gonna do that. What are you thinking about? So the one day she's like, just play with my toys. Be Ken. Ken, okay, fine. Ken, he's a ninja. And he's like kicking people. Bang, bang, bang. Like, I didn't know how to play house and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you got the little dog? I'll be the dog and I'll like bite everybody. Row, 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 row. It's like a stupid little Irish setter and I'm running around like it's big freaking Doberman. Row, 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 row. So anyway, I grew up when Dobermans and German Shepherds were the tough dogs, not Pit Bulls and Rotties. But, and now these new Mastodons. Oh my God. But, what was it? So the one day I just went and I was like, all right, you want me to play? Fine. Let's play Barbie hair cutters. She's like, ooh, that sounds cool. So I cut off the hair of a couple of her Barbie dolls. Literally just cut it as close as I possibly could with my scissors. I was 7, so she was 4. Gave them back to her. I was like, okay, listen, I'm a boy, so you can't go around telling anybody, not even our parents. You can't even tell mom and dad that, I played Barbie dolls with you because it wouldn't be cool and I would never be allowed to play with you again. She's like, okay. I was like, you promise? She's like, promise. I was such a bad kid. So she couldn't even say that I'm the one who cut all her Barbie dolls' hairs off. Not all of them, but I think like 2 of them. She couldn't even say that I did because she swore. She swore. You know what I'm saying? So when my mom and dad were yelling at her and whatnot, yeah, that stunk. For her. Hey, Rory, what's going on, dude? How you doing? They usually end bad. Right? Mike Murdoch, 606, DD made by Reader. Yeah, that's actually an interesting one. Mike Murdoch face to face with what's his name? Frickin' Daredevil. It's like, is that the Chameleon? Because I don't know how else that would work. That's a funny one. Suan, I'm going to Saturday to Fan Expo. No, I work on Thursday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that would have been cool. It's also like a late one. So, yeah. Oh, and Rory's supposed to be there, so that would actually be cool. I'm hoping to... actually, Rory has some of my comic books, and I have some of his money. The Power Pack... I told you guys before, I bought Power Pack 1 through 10. Yeah, I actually bought them from Rory, so I have to actually pick them up. So, 71 Bull Squad. Hey, all. A great video on how to start reading comics. Thank you. I was happy to see Doom in the new issue. I love the mystical backstory of his. Yeah, his mystical backstory is the best that Doctor Doom has ever been. However much people liked him back in the original Fantastic Four, it only got better when you really got to understand that his mother was in hell and he just wanted to get his mother back. It's like, oh my God, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Doctor Doom does. He's always going to be so beloved because of that story. And yeah, Marvel graphic novel number 49, Tragedy and Triumph and Tragedy, whatever it was, whichever mix it was. Just one of the best comic books ever made. I had that in hardcover when it came out. I got to try and get it again, and I know it's going to be really expensive, but is what it is. Anyway, where are you located, Professor? I'm as far east as you can go with Canada. Oh, well then you are really. Oh, you're actually really close to where Ed Brisson was. He just moved, I think, to Halifax. Whatever. He moved all the way to the west. I'm in Mississauga, so the whole GTA. That's where I'm at. Tim Board, regarding airplanes, I'm always slightly surprised that we actually landed safely. Really? I've grown rather apathetic. And it's weird to be apathetic when you're flying because I've flown all over the Middle East. And not every country in the Middle East, but most of the Middle Eastern countries, I've flown there. And Egypt is a funny one. Because when you fly Egyptian Airlines, first off, it's a horrible airline. I don't care who knows. I've lost Egyptian friends because I said they're so nationalistic that I said, yeah, I don't like Egypt Airlines. Like they served me a hot dog with my breakfast in Egyptian Airlines. Both times that I flew, you know what I'm saying? And like I said that on Facebook. You can scroll through and look. And I actually had friends delete me off of Facebook because Egyptian friends delete me off Facebook because I pointed that out and I said I was just like, dude, who does that? This is whatever. Like I'm so disappointed. So like, okay, if that's what does it for you, they didn't block me, but we're no longer friends, and I'm not accepting new friends like all that. Sorry. You block me over a hot dog, we're done. Our friendship cannot survive anything else because that's like the least controversial thing about me, dude. I insult every single president since Jimmy Carter. Like I liked Carter. Every other president, nope, I got nothing good to say about you. Some, but not a lot. Anyway, so in Egypt though, they're funny because on Egyptian Airlines, when they land, they actually start clapping. No joke. That's the funniest thing in the world to me. I'm like, okay, that's actually respectful. It's like, okay, out of respect, I'll, because like I'm the type of guy that if I see the status quo, I'm like, I'm fighting against that. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing the status quo. Wrong answer. Everybody's going that way. I'm going that way. As long as there's no lions over there, that's the direction I'm going because I ain't going with the crowd. That's not me. I'm not a lemming. But in this particular case, like, all right, fine. It's respectful to the pilot. Okay. Thank you for not killing us. So that's actually a funny one. White Dog 1475. We have nothing out my way. I'm so glad for eBay. Yeah, that bites. That really bites. Dude, yeah, I don't know how I could. I'm a very rural type of person. I like the idea of being rural. We're actually looking to try and buy some property. And when I say property, it's literally just property. There's nothing built there. There's just dirt and trees and rocks and stuff like that. Maybe a couple animals here and there. Those animals can stay, but they're going to be food. Yeah, I've got no problem hunting, none of that. I will hunt for food. I love that. I love that. You know what I'm saying? One of the best meals I ever had was a turtle. I didn't actually kill this thing, but I was there while the whole thing was gutted. I know it's a really weird thing, but oh my God, turtle meat has got to be one of the best meats ever. I don't care how weird that sounds. If you don't knock it till you tried it. Same thing I said to a girl who was like, oh great, I'm between two teenage boys. Wow. And I was like, don't knock it till you tried it. Anyway, like I said, I'm weird like that. So, what do you call it? Yeah, like I actually want to move out into a very deserted area and whatnot. And I want to build my own home. I'm not joking when I say I want to build a log cabin. How many log cabins have I built? One, including the one that I will build on that property. I've never done that before. I don't care. I will do it because I said I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? And hey, one of the first things I'll try and get out there before I even try and get water out there, because I can get water. You know, say as long as we're near a stream, I'll build a freaking aqueduct. I already know the science behind it. I used to be an electrical engineer. I've known plenty of mechanical engineers. The science is there. It exists. All right. So, like, like real talk, dude. I will try and get internet. I'll still try and record and be like, oh, so I'm checking out these comic books here. Check me out, man. But yeah, I want to build a log cabin, and I want to have a summer home that will eventually turn into a permanent home when Comic Book University is built out of logs. You know what I'm saying? Moss, keeping the, like keeping the winter cold out and what. Like, that's me. I just want to live out of nowhere. But at the same time, I also like my toys. So I got to make sure I take some trips once in a while into the stores and be like, hey, man, Amazon ain't delivering out to me. You can't get a drone out that far. They don't have enough fuel. So somebody hook me up with some toys. Anyhow, I remember I just said recently, yeah, I think it was in the Plastic Man review, issue number 3, Plastic Man. I said, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this comic book because it's really, really raunchy. It's a little bit too raunchy for me. But I'm going to be mature, imagine that, more mature than some of these other channels, and I'm going to, blah, 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 just simply say I'm bowing out because this is not my cup of tea. Somebody goes and gets there, says he's mature, has a bunch of toys behind him. Says the guy who's looking at a comic book review on YouTube. Durr! So, yeah. I don't know if the guy meant anything insulting by it or not. Water off a duck's back, but yeah, you could be mature and still like toys. Like, I personally, I don't see the association there. Let's see. Okay, if Sean says if Dan Slott includes the Great Lake Avengers in his run, he wrote for Great Lakes Avengers. I read and reviewed the recent Great Lakes Avengers stuff. So, yeah, I've got no problem with that. I like the Great Lakes Avengers. They're weird as heck, and I like the introduction of the new character, Good Boy. She was a good, cool character. Yes, I know that's weird, but Rory, Professor, did you get the purple hair Psylocke legend? Oh, you can't see it? Yeah, it's right up here, buddy. Of the whole set, I could have gotten the whole set, but I didn't want to. Oh my god, I got a really cool announcement to tell you guys. So yes, I got the purple hair Psylocke. I didn't want the whole set. Like, I don't need the Wolverine, even though it looks awesome, but I do kind of want the little hoses for Apocalypse. I'll try and buy those separately online, but I really wanted the purple hair variant for Psylocke, and yes, I got her. I got the purple hair variant, and she is sexy beyond belief. Oh my god, she's awesome. I'm going to rearrange a bunch of these pretty soon. I'm also going to start doing a bunch of things on Instagram with my figures. Because I have... Ooh, that's not really up there, is it? Stay up there, lady. All right. I have a lot of these figures, and I want to start doing some like poses and action poses and maybe tell stories with these guys too. I don't know how good I am right now, but I will get better. And I'm going to try and have some fun with these things on Instagram. So I actually have to put my Instagram. I don't know if my Instagram thing is on the front of the my watch page, but if it's not, I'll put it up there soon. I'm doing some things on Instagram. It's basically just Comic Book University on Instagram. You'll find me. Once in a while, I'll put up like a picture or two of my figures, but yeah. Anyhow, so Dick Fillmore, Amazon women need loving too. Not Barbie's hair. Yeah, I'm sorry, I did. Comic Boom, are you a fan of Master of Kung Fu? Hells yes. So is Dick Fillmore. In fact, Dick Fillmore, I'm assuring you, is the bigger fan than I am. He probably knows more about Master of Kung Fu Shang-Chi than I am. But Comic Boom continues. And what do you think of his appearance in Domino? I liked it. I quite enjoyed seeing him, but not as knowledgeable as Marvel lore as you are. Curious as to your thoughts. I thought it was essentially perfect. I don't know how much Gail Simone knows about Shang-Chi, but the minimum to know is that he is the absolute master of the martial arts in comic books. He could theoretically beat Captain America. I don't know if he would beat Captain America. That would, of course, depend on the writer and the circumstances and the environment and all that stuff. But he could beat Captain America. Not because of strength, definitely not because of endurance. Captain America is not going to get tired for several days. Shang-Chi will. But theoretically, Yeah, Shang-Chi is definitely more skilled in hand-to-hand combat. He can't hit as hard, he can't go for as long, he can't take a hit like Captain America can, but he's definitely more skilled. There's no question in that regard. So if you don't know that much about Shang-Chi and you want to write him in a comic book, treating him as the grand old master who will do a move or two, but would rather teach in the face of combat, I think that was perfect. And Gale really pulled that off expertly. You know what I'm saying? Just, oh my God, so perfectly expertly. Yeah, I want to be that fly in the wall while she's thinking about how to write comic books and just, like see her technique and then steal it. Because that was, yeah, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how much she knows about it, but man, that was freaking awesome. I loved that. Sean, Bill, reader, the Inhuman made Mike. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you mean he made Mike Murdoch? Because oh, that would actually be cool. So he read about Mike Murdoch, and then it came. Oh my God, that would actually be pretty cool. Oh wow, that's sick! That's sick. That is so sick. I'm digging that. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. So, what do we got up here? Everything flipped. Going back. Going back. I'm going back. Oh, come on, man. Shang-Chi is dope, says Dick. He needs to be written as he was in the 70s, 80s. 616 Bruce Lee and baddest fighter on earth. Yes, but not written exactly that way. Jim Starlin said flatly in my interview, I think he said it while I don't think he said that behind the scenes. I think he said that in the actual video, the actual interview, that he got off of Shang-Chi really quick because he realized how racist the comic book was. And that was even back then when we got away with a lot more things, when things were easier to explain, I guess. So, yeah. Him and Tony Isabella, man, they're really outspoken with that. I love that. Okay, so Bill, was it weird how in Superman 2 this week Barry had red hair? You know what? Honestly, I just see it as whatever. I can explain away anything. Simply that they're in the freaking, what do you call it? In the not the negative zone, the phantom zone. You know what I'm saying? Just them being in the phantom zone. Who knows why this, that, and the other thing? Honestly, talk to the colorist. Maybe the colorist simply made the mistake. That happens. That happens a lot, especially back in the day. You remember how often? I guarantee you that Dick and Comic Boom and several other and probably Red Black Cane could all attest to all the mistakes that we've constantly seen in the comic books. I've got a picture that I showed on my Facebook page on the Comic Book University Facebook group of Hulk with no pants because they for some reason they didn't draw the pants or they didn't color the pants. The pants are drawn on there, but they were not colored, so they were colored green instead. So it looks like he's naked. It's like he's clothed here, he's clothed here, somewhere in between. He went totally buff and he's still kicking some butt. I don't get it. So that I thought was funny. Bang, comic boom. Regarding Bendis and Superman Action Comics, I find he does have a handle on the voices of Justice League's characters. His Barry Allen sounds like Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2. It is weird. Yeah, I gotcha. I don't know. I'm more interested in them just keeping up with what they're actually doing, because like between that and the Justice League and the actual Flash comic books, I want them to at least keep up with each other as regards to right now they're dealing with the Strength Force. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as they're kind of keeping up with each other, then I think I'll be okay with however Bendis is writing it. Bendis usually has a knack of not paying attention to what other people are doing because he's so caught up in what he's doing. So that I think would be the worst thing for me. But whatever. Def Rocker, when you lived in... Oh, sorry. White Dog. Never had a turtle, but had lots of beaver. Bing. Oh, sorry. Actually, let me do it the right way. So, I know that my microphone is right down here, so that's probably really noisy. I'll try to avoid doing that in the future. When you lived in Saudi, did you eat camel? Yes, and it is extremely greasy. I also had camel milk, fresh. I had fresh camel milk, so nice and warm, and I've also had it cold. Both of them were non-pasteurized. Um, what do you call it? I have a pretty strong stomach, apparently, for most things at least. I used to eat like, I, not ice cold, but almost freezing cold chili dogs early in the morning before I used to be a truck driver a long time ago when I was putting myself through my first bachelor's degree for electrical engineering. Um, what do you call it? But the camel milk. Everybody has sat there and told me that unpasteurized milk can get you really sick. You'll get a sickness like the bends, which thank God I never had the bends before because I heard that could kill you. That's really bad. But which bends is when you depressurize too fast. You're like really far down in the water and then you come up way too fast. But I've drank the camel milk. Actually, on my Facebook page, anybody who finds my actual Facebook page, I don't think you actually need to be my friend to see my stuff. I don't keep anything private. But you can actually find videos of me in Dammam, Saudi Arabia, which is way to the east. And I'm actually in the desert with a bunch of my university students. And they took me out to the desert. One of the guys actually owned a camel farm out there, and he's got more than just camels. But we sat there and right out of a bowl, I'm eating fresh dates and frothing camel milk right out of the bowl and everything like that. And I didn't get sick. And they're just like, "Have you ever done this before?" I was like, "Yeah, I've actually drank camel milk before." Like, okay, because if you get sick, like you're gonna have the worst diarrhea ever. I was like, "No, I think I'll be fine," and I was. So that was cool. But yeah, yeah. When I go someplace, I really want the whole experience. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people who they're like, "Oh yeah, I've traveled to this place and that place and that place, and it's just a beautiful resort." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You were on a resort?" It's like then you didn't really go to the place. You may have gotten the stamp in your visa, but sorry, you really didn't go to the place. Sorry, that's not the same thing. I've lived and worked in the Middle East, and especially in Saudi Arabia, but like all over the Middle East. Actually earned money in what do you call it in Saudi Arabia and Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like a lot of people live on like a lot of Americans live on compounds in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia specifically. And the compound, if you don't know, is beautiful. Saudi nationals, Saudi citizens are not allowed on the compounds because women are allowed to be in their bathing suits or however they want to be. You know what I'm saying? In the pool, and men and women go in the same pool together and things like that. And yeah, so. Yeah, but they don't want Saudi nationals going into there, so you have to actually be a member. You actually have to live on there, and I could cheat and get in there because I do have an American passport. So just be like, yeah, 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 I live here, dude. Just whatever, man. Okay, cool. Which one do you live in? It's like, dude, I'm just going in, all right. And meanwhile, mind you, these are actually soldiers with machine guns in their hands. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, I'm just going in, relax. You know what I'm saying? Here's my passport, goodbye. And I just walk in like, psh, whatever. Or most of the time it would be my Akama, actually, which is, the Akama is a permanent, is like the efficient version of a permanent residency card there. Or that's in Canada, but in America we call it a green card. But anyway, I never wanted to live on a compound. I always made sure I got an apartment with regular Arabic speaking people. It helped my language a whole lot better. I got to meet people, be invited into people's houses, eat their food. You know what I'm saying? I invited them over also, and they got to try burgers, but those are everywhere. But like it's not just going to restaurants. I'd go to people's homes. I've gone to places where I'm sitting on the floor, I'm sitting on pillows, I'm sitting on couches, I'm sitting on Arabic version of couches, which are basically pillows on the floor, but they're awesome. And just yeah, I've experienced the experience. I've gone out by a cave with like an oasis, and I've just sat down there and chilled out. A lot of people drinking beers there. I had sparkling apple cider because I don't drink. I'm not a snob or anything. I just don't drink. History of alcoholism in my family, so I don't ever want to fall into that. But yeah, man, like I've gone all over the place and I've loved it. You know what I'm saying? Every single minute of it. Sometimes, yes, sometimes some of the situations were fairly dangerous. Um, I did actually have a terrorist incident that happened 2 blocks north of me. Was it north? I want to say north, but whatever. Yeah, it was actually 2 blocks north of me. There was some like the Sunnis and the Shia fight with each other a lot. In Saudi Arabia, it's usually the Sunnis who are attacking the Shia if it ever happens. Just two different branches of the same religion, essentially, like literally like the Catholics and the Protestants, you know. So anyway, there was actually a terrorist attack where four guys with machine guns went into a Shia mosque, and yeah, they lit it up. One of my students at a vocational school, not at university, one of my vocational school students actually has a cousin who was murdered. He was pissed, and he's just like, I want to go and I want to, like, I didn't talk him down. I don't think he was at that level, but he's like, I would definitely die getting revenge. I'm like, but what does that help? If you find those people, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing, but just if they can go to jail instead, like if you just kill them, then they're dead and it's over. But like just the idea of there's got to be some level of forgiveness, man. There's got to be like for you, forget them, to hell with them. But there's got to be some level of forgiveness for you. You've got to be able to move on. Your cousin is gone. What does it help if more people start being killed? And there's this, it's called dia in the Arabic language. That's the blood tithe. If somebody kills your family member, you go and kill their family member. This is the what's it? Not hadid. Hadid means iron. This is the haq. This is the law. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the obligatory law. It's not Sharia. It's the way. It's the optional law. So it's a weird kind of thing. Anyway, none of this has to do with comic books. So yeah, whole bunch of wicked stuff. Just I had a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, that particular incident, I was 2 blocks away when it happened. I did hear the fire, but I didn't know what it was. And then I walked into what's called a bagala, it's like a 7-Eleven basically, except they're all owned independently. It's not like a chain. There's not too many chains out there unless it's McDonald's. Anyway, there are McDonald's in Saudi Arabia. Excuse me. So, what do you call it? I was just in this bagala, this little shop, and I was buying a bunch of fruits and whatnot, and I was helping out this one guy. He was a South African guy, metallurgist. And he was asking, like, I got a problem with the electricity in my apartment. It's taking forever for people to come and actually fix it. Can you help me out? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I'm getting the stuff that I would need to fix it. And all of a sudden, this old guy comes up to me and he's telling me in a very wicked accent, that there's a fire and I should go home. And I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. And I'm trying to walk away from the guy. And God bless him, he kept following me. And he's like, he doesn't want to touch me because I'm a big guy and he doesn't want me to hit him. And he's probably heard about Americans and our violent streak. But the point is, eventually, one of the Pakistani guys came over to me and he's telling me in a more basic Arabic dialect, dude, no, he's saying that there was just an attack and he's afraid that, since you're white, probably American, that you might get in trouble, that you might actually get hurt. And I'm like, oh. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Somebody walks in with a gun, let me know, and I'll be happy to duck back there. It's like, but for the most part, yeah, that's really messed up stuff. But I enjoyed it so much, man, so much. I wish that I could still do stuff like that. Just still go and tour the freaking world. One of these days. I have an open invitation from Ario Anandito, an artist who's mostly doing Marvel stuff lately, but he's freelance. To go to Indonesia and just hang out with him, just hang out at his house and everything like that. Me, my wife, my family and everything. Like, introduced me to his wife on Skype and we still talk a lot. He's actually doing the art for the next 2 issues of Weapon H. So yeah, by all and the first issue of that comes out this Wednesday. So you want to support my bud, go and buy that comic book. Anyway, let's see. Egyptians are so sensitive because they have lied about their history. Far larger and older stories being exposed at Giza right now. Well, just the idea they changed the language. It's actually supposed to be pronounced Giza, but the Egyptian Arabic, they pronounce G instead of J. So, Giza. Whatever. I don't know. That's a big thing in the Middle East, is constantly rewriting history. But at the same time, what part of the world doesn't rewrite their history? You know what I'm saying? Just look at Thanksgiving, for crying out loud. Is it really that, just stopping there? Kangaroo's fantastic. You know what, Raven? I would love to try kangaroo. That is actually, wow, that's pretty cool, man. I've had ostrich burger. That was interesting. That was interesting. But kangaroo I've never had. There's a place in Kenya, I believe, or Ethiopia. I forget. One of those two places. I think it's Ethiopian. It's called carnivore. It translates to carnivore, where you can have any meat in the world. So you can have rhino meat, tiger meat. There's no tigers in freaking Ethiopia or in Africa, period, but they import tiger meat. Any kind of meat you want, you can go to this place called Carnivore in Ethiopia. Boom, you can have it. So interesting, right? Rory, you're the second person in less than 24 hours I've heard how good turtle tastes. Well, dude, I think it's a sign, man. That's a sign, Rory. Land and homes are super cheap in rural NL. I don't know what NL is. I'm sorry. Oh, guys, the news, my news. I just got land. Wow, I almost died. I just got landed. Like landed means the Canadian green card. I just got it on Wednesday. I just got it on Wednesday. Yes, I just got it on freaking Wednesday. I am extremely happy. I had a flagpole. I never knew what the term was until I actually got there. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get my Canadian citizenship. Or my Canadian landed paper, which is the equivalent of a green card. So now I'm a permanent resident of Canada. I'm not just here on a visitor's visa anymore. What do you call it? My wife is sponsoring me. You know what I'm saying? She's a Canadian. And she's sponsoring me and whatnot so that now I'll have like the dual citizenship. I can't go for my actual citizenship for Canada for 3 more years, but I am now considered a permanent resident. And I get down there and it's just like, hey, what do I got to do? Because I got everything done. I just got to get papers signed. Like, oh, you have to go to America and come back. I was like, what do I do in America? Like, whatever you want. You're just flagpoling. I was like, what does that mean? So, like, you literally check in to America, tell them that you're flagpoling, and then they will give you papers and direct you back out. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I did that. I was like, hi, I'm flagpole. It's like, oh, yeah, sure. There you go. It's like, oh, thank you. And I just turned around and went back and was like, hi, I'm flagpoling. Like, oh, yeah, come on inside. So I sat there for a while. They finished all the paperwork. Like, welcome to Canada. You are a permanent resident. Yes! But not too loud because I get in trouble. There's a lot of cops there. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm so happy for that. I'm really happy. The only other announcement I have would have to be, yes, I took out one of my digital comics labels. This is for Fantastic Four issue number 1, the new one, the one that just came out this week, the one that just came out this week. My digital copy of Fantastic Four issue number 1. I gave the number to Lewis from the Geek Fortress. Lewis is my bud. You will see him often in the Geek Fortress, and in Comic Book University Facebook group. You'll see him with me here once in a while too. He actually does once in a while he'll do a comic book review. I'm pretty sure he's going to do one this Sunday. He'll do one of the indie comic books. Hopefully he's going to do Jeepers Creepers issue number 4, I think, is coming out. Came out this week, so hopefully, or next week. Anyway, hopefully he'll be doing something this Sunday. He's got a contest basically. If you subscribe to his YouTube channel, then you are in a drawing. It's a very small drawing to be or to get a digital copy of his Death of Superman animated movie, which just came out recently. So you're in the running for that, and there will be a second place of my copy of Fantastic Four issue number 1 digitally. So yeah, so 2 chances to win, 2 prizes to win. And all you got to do is go to the Geek Fortress. If you go on YouTube and you see the Geek Fortress and you'll see the little castle design with the face in it going, that's the one. Just subscribe and then boom, and just remain subscribed, please. And then you are in the running. When he does the drawing, talk to him for more details on that. Okay. Unsubscribing for turtles. Really? I ate Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo with a side of Master Splinter. Comic Boom. I got off reading Twitter this morning. Comic Gate crazies getting upset over the Captain America 2 cover for stupid reason. Claim that Cap is mishandling the flag. Isn't it funny trying to navigate in between the crazies on the left and the crazies on the right? You know what I'm saying? The crazies on the right are mostly violent, and then saying that the crazies on the left are violent. There's like, 6 members of Antifa? Sure. But the crazies on the right are violent, and they're racist, and they're idiots. Ignoramus idiots to boot. And then the idiots on the left are the ones that will freaking get you booted from your job or whatever for something that you did 10 years ago, maybe, that they decide to take wrong because they're offended for someone else. Oh, God, what the hell is the matter with the world, man? What the heck happened to the world? And realistically, both sides are snowflakes. Both sides are the worst kind of snowflakes. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Def Rocker at he's talking to Dick Fillmore. They complain about everything. Yeah, exactly. Dick said, great. All went flying up. Bah, bah. Oh, I see. Aggressively relaxing jumped on. Okay, all the modern religions and nations stole everything from Sumner, and the archaic ones withholding archaeological evidence should be punishable by death. Okay, I'm glad you're joking, but yeah. Congrats regarding your purple hair Psylocke ferret. Thank you, Comic Boom. I still got a couple more figures I'm going to grab. I think I got like 3 more figures I'm going to grab this week, and then yeah, like this Tuesday. Also, this Tuesday, I was thinking about doing it for today, but I just didn't have the time. 8 o'clock is kind of early because I'm rushing to get my kids to bed. I usually put them to bed by 8:30, 8:45, but I put them to bed for 8 for on Saturday so I could do this. But I'm chopping this. I'm not cutting it. I'm not shaving it. I'm just chopping off. So this is actually like, what is it now? This is 2 full hand lengths of my beard, and it still comes out the bottom. So it's rather long. There's 2 fistfuls. So I'm going to chop off 1.5. So it's going to be a lot short. It's going to be about this length. Yeah, that's about right. It's going to be about this length, and I'm going to trim the sides and whatnot. So it'll still be big and bushy, but it's not going to come quite down to like, past my clavicle. Yeah. But that's going, the hair's staying. I like the hair. I was originally just growing it for not Toys for Tots. What the hell are they called? I donated to them twice before, and I can't remember what they're called now. But anyway, the one where you donate hair to people who lost their hair due to chemotherapy. Yeah, that one. But now I think I'm just going to keep it for a little longer. We'll see. Anyhow, let's see. Speaking Psylocke, talk about her going back to her body. Yeah, dude, like Psylocke is going back to her regular body, it looks like. Maybe the drawing was wrong. I don't know. But if you look at the picture that's up here, if you find that on the internet, you can actually see in the bottom right-hand corner, Psylocke is back in her original body, it looks like. That's weird. That's not desirable. I like her being a ninja. What's going on? Better be a good story, man. Let's see. The last Deadpool series with puke all over New York, and the series starting to puke all over. How would you resurrect Xavier? How would you like to see Xavier? Oh, resurrected Xavier be used. Last Deadpool series. Aggressively relaxing. I don't remember seeing puke all over. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. And my wife's cooking something really, really yummy smelling. Oof, man, now I'm really like distracted. But anyway, yes, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember seeing the puke all over the place. And you're talking about the end of the Duggan run, I imagine. I don't remember. But how would I like to see him being used? Honestly, I think I'm going to have to go back and look at Charles Soule's latest 2 issues, his final 2 issues of Astonishing X-Men, because I actually don't know what happened to Proteus and Mr. X. So I'm going to have to see what's up. Like, I have no idea what's up with those characters at this point. Yeah. Sorry. Shang-Chi wasn't racist. Fu Manchu was the old trope, and no. What do you call it? No, Jim Starlin said that the comic book was racist. He wasn't saying that Shang-Chi himself was racist. No, he had no problem with the character. He knew about the character himself. He knew that Fu Manchu himself was a recently purchased property, I should say, from Marvel, and they wanted to actually do something with him so that they can keep the license. No, I know all that stuff, but he was saying that a lot of the situations in there and some of the enemies and whatnot, some of those were actually racist, and probably, yeah, Fu Manchu in and of himself. But no, I don't think that you and he are disagreeing at all. But why did you move to Canada? My wife is Canadian. And it was literally like we tried to move to America first, it was taking too long. They gave us a hard time. They sent us back our money at one point, so we used that to go over to start working in Saudi Arabia and make massive amounts of money over there, tax free and everything. It was sexy. And then she decided that she wanted to go back home and move home, and so I'm like, okay, I guess we could try Canada, and I like it. I like it. So, White Dog 1475. Hey, Professor, do you think that Bendis can save Superman? Whoa, brother. I'm not even going to read the rest of that because Superman was just fine. Superman was just fine under Tomasi and Gleason, and there's a bunch of people writing on the Superman itself comic book. But the idea, like between Action Comics and everything, Superman was just fine. Go back and look at some of my reviews, man. Those were amazing issues. Oh, yeah. I didn't like the Bizarro arc too much because I'm not a huge fan of Bizarro, but I did laugh for some of them. But oh my God, some of the best writing. Dude gave us Super Sun and everything, the Super Sons and everything. Nah, man, that was good stuff. Um, my group almost had to do cannibalism with the opposite. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, Red Black Cane, but you just frightened me. So, moving on. And, you know, Red Black Cane knows I'm joking. White Dog, you and I don't talk too much. I am just messing around with you. I don't think that you're actually saying anything bad. But I did read the rest of what you're saying. Hope he can resurrect the title, bring back some interest in this series. Always had two issues going at the same time, two titles going at the same time. So I had no problem with it. But I do know that Bendis's name coming to Superman got a lot of people to start coming over. Colonel Mortimer is one of them. Who typically has negativity to say about the comic books that he's reading. But like two comic books that I know that I got him onto, one was Aquaman, the other one was Superman. So yeah, like that's the kind of thing that I enjoy doing. I love getting people to join on to new comics and at least try them out. I love keeping the medium going. Comics Mrs. Splain, what's up, dude? Sean says, Bill, who is Spider-Man most powerful villain? I think Morlun. Absolutely. Absolutely, it's Morlun. Morlun is actually the proper pronunciation, apparently. Def Rocker, my brother-in-law went to Qatar for a year. Cool. To brush up on his Arabic skills. Said they have free education, healthcare, and they residential cards, but you can't be a full citizen. Exactly the same thing with most of the Middle Eastern countries. They don't want you. They want your money. They want you to visit. They're happy to pay you, whatever, but they don't want their culture stained by having people permanently living there. You know what I'm saying? They want it to be that at any moment your contract can expire and you could be sent back home. You know what I'm saying? It is the way that it is, and whatever. It's funny because back in the day when King Abdelaziz was the original king of the original Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is only like 82 years old or something to that effect. But when he first created the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as opposed to them just calling it Al Jazeera, which it's not a jazeera. A jazeera means it's an island, but it's not. It's a peninsula, so it should be called Al Khalij. But anyway, when it was just called Al Jazeera, they and they switched it to becoming the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. They were actually selling permanent citizen cards for like $1. Yeah, $1. You could be a permanent citizen of Saudi Arabia. If I were around during the time, I would have taken it. I have no problems. I had almost no issues in Saudi Arabia. It was a great country for it to be an American in. At the same time, most of the Saudis that I knew, the adult Saudis, they would simply, be like, dude, how can I get American citizenship? Like, why do you want American citizenship? He's like, realistically, I just want the passport. Like, the police leave you alone if if you got an American passport. They cannot touch you. Like, for the most part, yeah, I know what you mean. You're right. Def Rocker, I'm Muslim, so maybe I can discuss Islam for one day. Yeah, absolutely. I've studied Islam plenty of times. I've actually gone to plenty of masjids. I've prayed with Muslims before. We can absolutely talk about stuff like that one of these days. Arabic Night comic book, maybe? Nice one. And have Sabra on there also. Why not, right? So those two always work well together. Especially if you've seen that Union Jack story. Oh my God, that was great. Those two were trying to kill each other. Comics misexplained. Definitely some. Oh, Red Black Cane. Rhino's supposed to be able to lift 80 tons strong, but Marlon is obviously more capable. Yeah, Rhino is one of those characters like Juggernaut and Sabretooth used to be, where it's just, oh, I'm going to beat up this character to show how tough I am. You know, like a writer would jump on Misty Knight and have her just do a sumo flip to, like a one arm flip to Rhino while he's in mid charge just to show how tough she is. It's like, dude, we know that Misty Knight is tough, but if you have her being able to take out Rhino, it doesn't increase her level of toughness because it's not believable. Rather, it brings down the value of Rhino. And that's a huge problem that everybody in the Marvel and DC comic books, for the most part, a lot of the new writers don't do that, but most of the old writers, including people like Bendis and Slott, they will typically take a strong, powerful character and say, I need to increase the value of one of my characters, so I'll have him or her beat up this character. The problem is, everybody does that with these characters. So it's not particularly interesting. You know what I'm saying? I finally got to see Deadpool 2. Victor would be happy if to hear me say that. I got to finally watch Deadpool 2, like the last day it was going to be in theaters. I was like, going, I was like, yeah, when's it going to be playing? It's like, oh, it's not going to be playing this day. Crap. So I called, I was like, hey, is it still in theaters? Yes, actually, today's the last day. We're getting rid of it tomorrow. I was like, no, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. Hold me a ticket. I ran in and I got to see it really quick. Like, it was good. It was nice seeing Juggernaut in there. But, yeah, they beat up Juggernaut. No, they can't. No, they can't. That was stupid. Yeah, I saw him climb up at the end, whatever. It was cute, but it was stupid. It doesn't make me believe these other characters are cool. It should have been one of those situations where they beat him up and he walked away. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. He shouldn't just be beaten up. But they're always doing stuff like that. So it is what it is, man. Anyway. I'm getting a bunch of Okay, so I'm really far back in the comment section. Thank you for the comments on the stuff. The green card. Def Rocker, do you keep the beard like the Sun? Oh, you're keeping the beard like the Sunna. Yeah, you're right. The Dia. I'm keeping my Dia, right? No, is that the word for beard? Lehia. Lehia. I'm keeping my lehia like the Sunnah. It's funny because the American Muslims, the black American Muslims, will often they don't know the word lehia for beard. Most of them never went to Saudi Arabia or like their understanding of Arabic is limited to reading Quran. So a lot of times they'll be like, "Oh, dude, your Sunnah is awesome," and I'm like, "Huh?" It's like, "Oh, it's called a lehia, dude." But yeah, yeah, I hear. It's all good. Deadpool 3 didn't read. Oh, my beard length stopped after 2 years, so I cut it the fifth year. Wish I could still grow hair. The top of my head, though. That's funny. Comics Misexplained is funny. Deadpool number 3, you didn't read it. No. No, Deadpool number 3, I'm just not interested in continuing with that series. Go Skittles, sorry. It's just not doing it for me. And I don't like reading. A lot of people are like, oh, dude, all your comics you're always giving stunning reviews for. Yes, because I only like to read the comic books that I enjoy. It's like a lot of these channels that these people are complaining about that with, they like to watch those other comic book channels. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's how they make their money. You know, it's like, this comic book sucks, rip. You know, look how strong I am, raw. Yeah, go try and rip a phone book, dude. Then we'll have ourselves a conversation. No, I cannot rip a phone book. But the point is, you know what I'm saying? Just, oh my God, your silly little freaking Howard Stern, Opie and Anthony type tactics, man. Come on. So, what do you call it? Yeah, they're used to that where they're, Squirrel Girl, I hate this comic book. It's so stupid. They're always doing this and this and this. Oh, Miss Marvel, I hate this. Blah, blah, blah. They don't make any money. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. That's not what this channel is about. I read the comic books that I enjoy. So if I'm reviewing a brand new comic book, there's a chance I'm going to say something negative about it. Or if it's just a couple of issues in, I can get, disheartened and just be like, you know what I'm saying? I will drop a comic book if I don't like it. And that's just the way I roll, dude. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, yeah, I only read the comic books I like. So yeah. Dick Fillmore, who the hell is Marlon? Must be new, right? He is fairly new. I guess he first appeared in 2008, if I'm remembering correctly. He appeared because the spider totem. There was the question: did the spider that bit Peter Parker, was it the radioactivity that caused it, or was it because he was destined to be bitten by a spider that was given the spider totem? So it was one of those situations where it's like, oh, it happened to be radioactive. That's not the big deal. The big deal is that this is the spider totem, the god of the spiders, so to speak, wanted to give you this power because you were deemed worthy of it. So that is essentially the way that Spider-Man is being written at this point. Yeah, it could go either way technically, but it is kind of being pushed more the mystical route. So he's not a magical character, but it was more of a destiny thing that he got the spider powers. And Marlon goes around killing totems. So Marlon actually killed Shuri. Shuri's back, you know what I'm saying? But the Black Panther sister killed Shuri, killed, what do you call it? Frickin' Manape. That was a wicked death. Wow. Killed a whole bunch of other spider characters just going around because he gets more powerful when he kills these totems. So, yeah. Sound as bad as that Mephisto, Mary Jane garbage. Oh, come on, man. Marvel 616 didn't exist after Onslaught to me. You know what's so funny? I didn't like the Onslaught thing. There were some cool moments for it, but Def Rocker, I'm an African American. When you hear them say that, they're trying to make it cool sounding. No, well, I guess, but no, like that's what they always called it. I would actually, say like I actually know, a pretty good amount of Arabic, and there'll always be like the sky. That's the thing. I've known a lot of different kinds of. I've known the like not just the Nation of Islam guys. I went to a Savior's Day. If anybody doesn't know, the Nation of Islam, their big holiday is called Savior's Day. I actually went to a Savior's Day in Newark, and every single black person who I know was just like, "Dude, you are the craziest freaking guy I've ever known." You know what I'm saying? Like the streets that I'm not supposed to walk down, I walk down those streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever, man. And I go there with my friends, and it's just whatever, man. Like, I'm not looking for any trouble. It's a street. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just here with my friends. What's the big deal? And it's like you're not honored for it, but it's like it's a respect thing, It's like cool. But no, I've known Nation of Islam guys. I actually went to Freehold County Prison. I went to Freehold County Prison, my own free will. I went as a chaplain, actually. I went in there under a chaplain's card. Just a whole bunch of us just going in to talk to people. And I just went as kind of like a universal type thing, you know what I'm saying? Where like a bunch of people sponsored me to be able to go. I only needed one, but just to be able to go and just talk to people, and see how bad it was there. Like, county prisons suck, dude. Like, from my understanding, the max prisons are actually taken care of better. Counties, just like people go in, people come out, people come back in, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like no man's land. Nobody cares, and it's horrible. But I've gone there and actually hung out with people, and yeah, like Nation of Islam guys who just, whatever. They're respectful enough, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get any courtesies awarded. It's just one of those things. So like, hi, I see you, you see me. Enough. Let's go and do our thing. Whatever, But yeah, no, I've most of the guy like Asbury Park, Cookman Avenue. That's where the masjid is that I would go and hang out at, and talk to some of the people there and whatnot. A lot of really good martial artists down there. That's actually one of the things that got me to start going there and just start hanging out and trying to know people and learn people, and just like what's up with this, what's up with that, what's up with your idea, your understanding of how all of this works and whatnot. Cool people, and then eventually I'd be talking to the non-martial artist guys, but just learning about a whole bunch of different, I don't know, ways to think about the religion and whatnot. Like, for me, just cool as can be, you know. Anyway, yeah, just know a lot of them they would call it the Sunnah because that's what they knew, and it's like the word is actually lehia. It's like, really? That's like that's the Fusaha, and I don't know if it's Fusaha or not, but that's definitely the colloquial way to say it. Fusaha would be the proper Quran not accent, dialect to use, which everybody reads and writes in, but they speak in their local accents, which is always cool. Anyway, yeah, that's that. The symbiote god story was crazy. Yeah, we're just getting off the subject here. Bill, is Beast in the current Astonishing X-Men the best he's been written in years? I don't know because it's too new, but I do like the story so far. I'm digging it. Other than that, Holy Word of Comicdom. Who's the Holy Word of Comicdom? I am a product of the Nation of Islam. After Elijah passed, my pops went to the transition of practicing Orthodox Islam, and my pops still makes bean pies. Oh my God, bean pies are the greatest thing in the face of the planet. And the best bean pies I've ever had were actually in the oranges. I think it was East Orange. Oh my God. Wow. If you ever swing by, Def Rocker, if you ever swing by East Orange, New Jersey, there's like 3 masjids in the area. And the one that used to be a National Guard armory, there's a woman, I don't know if she's still around, but there's this woman who makes these bean pies. Oh, Sean, that's where I got it, my phone. She makes these bean pies that are just, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I ate these things and I'm just like mouth watering. I was like on my 3rd one. I was like, dude, hope you don't mind I'm making a glutton of myself, but oh my God, these are good. And I don't know when I'm ever going to be around this area again to grab, some of these pies again, man. Oh my God. And just like the woman who, they said the name of the woman, I don't remember her name, but they said this woman has had so many marriage proposals because of how good she makes these bean pies. I'm like, oh, dude. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that because they were slamming. All right, so let's check out my Twitter account and see if I can get over here. Okay, so let's segment. Let's see if it pops up. There we go. Bang. How you doing? Okay. I didn't mess with your stuff since last night, so this should go right there. Oh, the Libertines are going to be... they're going to be called the Libertines. Okay, awesome. New... yeah, if anybody's wondering, these are going to be some characters who pop up for the latest Fantastic Four. So new villains or new characters. I don't know if they're going to be villains or not. TechNet coming. Yeah, I saw that TechNet's going to be showing up for Mr. and Miss X. I like Kelly Thompson, so I'm sure that she's going to be doing Kelly Thompson's doing that, right? Yeah. So I'm sure she'll do a good job with it. I was just never a huge fan of TechNet. The last time I read them was the Rocket comic book. It was a Rocket Raccoon comic just called Rocket. It was okay. It was okay. I like the comic book, but it is what it is. What is this? Who the heck is this? Avengers issue number 7, a variant. Yeah, I don't know who that character is. The Avengers Disassemble. The Avengers Disassemble should be cool. I just want you to think about what that actually means, though. This shows up in November. Avengers Disassemble, the Avengers Disassemble storyline was what actually started off the events that would lead to House of M. House of M is what led to some of the greatest X-Men storylines ever. What do you call it? Messiah Complex, all that crazy stuff. All of that stemmed from the House of M, which started because of the events that happened in Avengers Disassembled. Also, House of M wound up leading into the Civil War and all of those amazing storylines that happened afterwards. The secret invasion, the siege. There was something that happened in between invasion and siege. It's what led to the Avengers Initiative. It's what led to the Illuminati storylines. Like Avengers Disassembled, guys, make no mistake, that is the pivotal moment in Marvel. What year was that? Was that year 2000? Was that 1997, 1998, something like that? That was the year whatever, that it set off a chain of events that to this day technically haven't stopped. You know what I'm saying? Hickman wrote those amazing Fantastic Four stories and everything that he did for the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? And the collision of worlds, all of that because of Avengers Disassembled. So calling it X-Men Disassembled or X Disassembled, that is haughty as hell. And I really hope that Brisson and Thompson and who else on the alley wing? I can't remember who else is doing it, but whoever, 3 people doing that. Whoever's doing that, dude, they have got a huge weight on their shoulders. I hope that they at least understand how big that sword of Damocles is that's hovering over them, man. Like, that had better be superb. Because, wow. Whoa, really? That's it? That's all you're showing me, dude? Okay, so this is Ghost Rider. Okay. Oh, crap, I get it. So this is the new Ghost Rider with the woolly mammoth and the Hellfire on him. That is just awesome. Like, Jason Aaron is freaking amazing, man. That is awesome. Oh, also because of Donny Cates, when Thor issue number 4 drops, I'm also going to drop the review for Thor issue number 3. I got it on digital. I'm going to do all that stuff at the same time just because he said, make sure you're following it. I know firsthand that a bunch of good stuff is coming up. So I'm like, okay, fine. And I did see that Thanos is going to have... So all the stuff is out of continuity, but whatever. Out of order, I should say. But there is going to be a lot of Thanos stuff happening pretty soon in Thor issue number 4. So keep your eye out for that. It may have already started in 3. I don't know. And this is Punisher number 2 cover. Gotta love that. Okay, so that's actually all. Wow. RK, thank you for retweeting my podcast announcement. Going live in 3, 2, bang. Okay, it's Rosenberg. Okay, yeah, sorry. Matthew Rosenberg doing Uncanny. Awesome. What's up here? Red Black Cane. I'm going to finish up right now, guys. Dick, I'm older than you. I like that better than... Yeah, you just turned 50-something? And Dick is like, 3 years younger than me, I think. So, yeah. I hear you. Well, I'm actually wondering what was said. What my whole theory... Gang World Wolverine versus Spider-Man one-shot. I have to do a spotlight on story for the Wolverine and Spider-Man one-shot because that really was something that confused a lot of people, but it was also amazing. So, do you think there are too many variant covers? Yes, dude, there's way too many. And Fantastic Four alone should have been enough. You know what I'm saying? But there were some really good covers. Oh my God. But for those people, I used to be one of those people, but I'm not now. But for those of us who used to or still do like to collect all of the variant covers, Fantastic Four would make you broke. Spider-Man that just happened would make you broke. Superman that just happened would make you broke. You know what I'm saying? The Wolverine that's coming up, it's going to make you broke. Like, wow. It's a gimmick. It's a heck of a gimmick. And I talked to Carlos from Gotham Central, my comic book store, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we have to buy all of those. You get a discount on shipping, but you have to buy a minimum of so and so many comics, depending on which variant cover you're talking about. They don't just give them to us for free. So when they say, "Oh, it's a chance for comic book companies to make extra money," no, it's not. No, it's not a chance for comic book stores to make extra money. It's a chance for the comic book companies to make extra money. Let's see here. Red Black Cane. Oh, actually, up here. Sorry, Levi Butler. Hello, Levi. The X-Men Disassembled reminds me of Avengers No Surrender with the weekly format. Exactly. Bringing in members from multiple comics. Precisely. X-Men Red, Astonishing, and so forth. And having lots of writers and artists. I agree. I 100% agree. If they do it like they did with Avengers No Surrender. I loved No Surrender. That was so out of this world amazing. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm hoping that it's going to be something similar. If it is, even if it's just like Avengers No Surrender, that would be awesome. But again, calling it Disassembled, it's got a much greater weight on it. It absolutely does, because that's a big deal. It's that event that led to everything that we're still feeling the repercussions from. Nick Spencer better back off from Kane. Kane is going in a freaking solo story, not a solo. He's going to be the leader of a comic book, man. That's going to be great. And they're promising to do a lot more with what's his name, Hobie Brown. Do I have the character around here someplace? Do I have the actual figure someplace? He is the Spider Punk. Darn it, I can't find him right now. I'm sure I'll find him later though. I gotta actually put these guys in better order so that I can actually get a hold of them really quick. Oh, I forgot to show you my new comics. Okay, first off, I got the entire collection of Wonder Man. Yeah, so I know nobody really cares about that for the most part, but I've got every single Wonder Man comic book that came out, including the annuals. So there's that. Okay, moving on. Okay, I can't remember what this one was. This was something... Shoot. I gotta actually look this up really quick. Avengers number 158. Sorry, guys. This will take just a moment. Come on now. Avengers... Volume 1, 158. There was a first appearance in here that was actually really important, right? Come on, get me there. First appearance of Graviton. Bang, there we go. That's what it was. I knew it was something like that. So, this is the first appearance of Graviton, Avengers number 158. But dang, got it. Okay, what else do we have? This is an interesting one. Knight Rider, issue number 1. No, this is not with Michael Knight and Kit. This was the original Ghost Rider, actually. Rex, I can't remember his last name. I'll remember it. And you guys can check out, I have 10 episodes about all of the Ghost Riders that have ever existed back in the day. You can go and check them out in one of the playlist below or whatever. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stories on I explain every single one of the Ghost Riders back in the day. This was actually 2 years ago, or less than 2 years ago, but almost 2 years ago that I did this. This is one of my earlier videos. My hair was short, my beard was short, and everything. But anyway, boom. In order to not confuse the two characters, when Marvel bought this character, they just reprinted all those original stories, but they called him Knight Rider instead. So, yeah. What else do I have here? Oh, this is actually my second issue of this amazing cover. This is just one of the best covers in all of Avengers history and all of whatever. Actually, yeah, Dick Fillmore, you put up the one thing you put up. What's your favorite Avengers cover? This is it right here. This is my favorite Avengers cover. I was planning on taking a picture of this and then going on, but I'm just so busy. Anyway, this is issue number 223, if you guys are looking for it. Also, remember I showed you I had the first chronological appearance of one of the other versions of Red Wolf? Well, here's the actual first appearance of the original Red Wolf. This is issue number 80 of the Avengers. Yeah, see, like the old logo and everything. This is the first true appearance of Red Wolf. So, bang, this is awesome. It's not the greatest cover. There's actually tape holding the cover together, whatever. It doesn't even bother me that much. It's the idea that I actually own the comic book. And finally got my hands on this again, Infinity Gauntlet number 1. So that was cool. So just got all these comics in and really freaking happy to have all of those. So yeah. Oh, also, just a really quick reminder again, guys, before I finish off these comments. This is my copy of Fantastic Four number 1 that just came out this week. And if you want my digital copy of this, then go to the Geek Fortress on YouTube. You can also check out the Facebook group, but go on YouTube one at least, and then bang. Aggressive relaxing. No, I do not have the David Letterman issue. One of these days I'll get it. It's not like the biggest deal for me, but yeah, one of these days I'll probably get it. Dick, you got to do Wolverine Spider-Man with Amazing Spider-Man 289, where Kingpin reveals who the Hobgoblin was. I will absolutely reference that, yes. I usually do that stuff. What do you think of Rogal Zar? White Dog asks. Will they use him better than Doomsday? That depends. Doomsday was amazing when he first came out, but it's how and then he was also good for Hunter Prey. But every other time they've viewed him since, no, he was an absolute chump. So Hopefully they won't screw him over like that. Hopefully not. Bendis has, I think, a 3-year contract, so we'll see. We'll see what they do with him. East Coast Avengers ruined Knight Rider. East Coast Avengers? You talking about West Coast Avengers? Oh, there you go. Yeah, Raven. I don't think they ruined him. It wasn't. By the way, it wasn't actually him. It was a different version of him. It was one of the ancestors. It wasn't the original. It was like 3 generations down. That version. Jamie Hamilton, I think, was his name. He was the one who did that stuff with Mockingbird, and like I said, I personally loved that story. I think it was so raw, so gritty. I agree, Red, but Ned's reveal was mind blowing at the time. Was the Hobgoblin was actually, a lot of people don't realize there were 2 really great Hobgoblin stories. The other one was when Inferno happened, and you had the doppelganger there, and then they started fighting, and then you wound up seeing that he had magical powers. It's like that was sick. Inferno, my second, and now we're talking about Inferno here. My second favorite X-Men arc had a tie-in with the. See, it's funny that we're thinking the exact same thing. Def Rocker, I thought MCU would use Peter Dinklage as Pip the Troll. I was thinking that too, but I'm glad that they did it this way instead. One, because Dick's probably going to yell at me for this, but oh my god, Pip the Troll was so annoying. They just had him appear in like 2 issues or so, and actually no, it was like 5 issues of a Guardians of the Galaxy spin-off. Mother Entropy, it was called, and it was all right. But anyway, no, I liked him in that. I really did I like that they made him one of the dwarves of Nidavellir and made him like super gigantic. I thought that was perfect. So Joe Fisher, hey, what's up, Joe Fisher? Yes, Amazing Spider-Man 312, MJ broke gold. That came to life. All right, guys. So that's the end of the chat. So I will be talking to you guys later. This was a really good one. We'll see about trying to get some another guest on one of these days. It's not like the biggest deal in the world for me, but yeah, it is nice to try and get a couple guys together like that. Oh, sorry, Red Black Kane, you're 15 minutes behind, but I'm leaving. Hey, what's going on, Ed D? You're just in time to see me leaving. Sorry, dude, no worries. So, Ann, good night. Oh, wow, you were here the whole time? I thought you left. Like, you're too quiet. What's going on? No worry, Ed. No worries, Ed. Get your tardy pass and you'll be fine. Your hall pass. Regardless, yeah. So I'll talk to you guys later. Edward Brewer, what's going on, man? Yeah, all you guys are late. Regardless, you're at least here. You get credit for the class. It's all good. So I will talk to all of you guys later. Oh, you're playing WoW. I miss playing WoW. I really do. Is WoW free yet? Is WoW free to play yet? Because I would totally jump on and play WoW again. And I'm not just talking about the first 10 levels. Like, I want to play some of my characters because, oh man, I wish I had the time. I would try to make time. I miss playing that game. I just found out, one of my friends gifted me, not Skyrim, what's it called? Elder Scrolls Online. Like, gifted it to me and everything, and it turns out that my computer, I don't have a graphics card on my computer, so I gotta go out and buy a freaking graphics card just so I can play the game. And I will, I'm just not there yet. I had to finish my siege, represent the Alliance. Oh yeah, I was mostly Horde, sorry, we wouldn't get along. I have a max level troll huntard named Kutal that I haven't played in forever. Thanks, Ed D, appreciate. And I had a max level orc. I can't remember what his name was, but he was awesome. He was a warrior. So anyway, yeah, up to level 20. After that, you have to pay. No, not digging it. I'm gonna miss you kids. Bless Bill. Thank you all you guys. Yeah, for the Horde. I actually had a shirt for the Horde, and I left that one in Mecca in Saudi Arabia. If you believe that. That and a few other of my shirts are actually still there. And my my Hail Hydra shirt. I had a green Hail Hydra shirt with the letters were bright yellow, and I left that in Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia, and I know that one's gone, with a pair of pajama shorts. So go figure. Anyway, PA, you were here too. What, are you also playing frickin' World of Warcraft? Jeez, nobody's talking. I gave up gaming to buy more comics. You're smarter than most of us, Ed. Anyway, okay, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks so much for showing up. All right, the typical outing. Professor, I was just talking to Rory, who was just on here earlier, and he was also saying, yeah, I know, the Suicide Squad going after Atlantis. I'm loving that. They have right up to Orc now, Professor Bill. You can go to the barber and make them up to... Okay, you know what? I'm going to read the rest of this after I leave. But anyway, guys, yeah, I was just talking to Rory recently on Skype, and he was like, you have to end the normal way. I was like, oh, all right, fine. Class dismissed. He's like, yes, I love it. I was like, love you, man. Talk to you later. Bye. And yeah, I'll actually be talking to Raven in a little while, maybe half an hour if you're still up, dude. But yeah, I know. I'm expecting the same thing. All right, guys. Nice talking to you guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.